So here we have two devices. They're both Hyaluron Kween. This is my 0.3 model that I have here. They come in many colors. It's made of stainless steel. And I have the Hyaluron Kween 24K Gold. And this is my 0.5 model. I also have a 0.3 model as well. Both pens function the same. They just differ in size. One is a little bit bigger than the other, and it holds a little bit more filler than the other. We have here our 0.3 ml ampoule that we filled and is ready for injection, so I'm going to go with the 0.3 ml device. The ampoule you decide to use must match the device. So if you go with a 0.5 ml ampoule, then you're going to have to choose the 0.5 ml pens. I'm going to show you the difference in the size. You'll notice the barrels. Just if you look directly towards the ends, that the 0.5 ml is larger than the 0.3 ml. This is the area that your ampoule that you just filled with hyaluronic acid is going to be placed into the device. So I'm going to put the 0.5 ml down, and we're going to demonstrate on the 0.3 ml since we have the 0.3 ml ampoule ready. I'm going to describe the different parts of the pen for you. So if you look at the pen, there's three parts to this pen, and you're going to see a little button here, a handle, and a barrel that you can adjust. If you open up this barrel, you're going to see the little lines on the side here. The Hyaluron Mesotherapy device is a handheld device, very easy to handle. When I'm using it on myself, I prefer 0.3 just because it's easier in the hand, a little bit lighter. We're going to discuss first the handle. This is the handle part of the pen. When it's pulled to a 90-degree angle, you hear a little click. That's going to show you that the pen is now ready and prepare the pen to inject the product into the skin. So that's step one. You must pull the handle. Step two, this part of the pen is very important. This is going to determine the amount of product that will be injected in the next injection. I'm going to show you very closely. If you see, I am turning counterclockwise, and this opens the pen. If I turn clockwise, this brings the pen to be shorter. I can't turn anymore. This is what the device looks like when it comes out of the box. It's going to be completely closed, and you're not going to see any lines on the side at all. If I begin to turn counterclockwise, I open up the pen. You're going to start to notice little numbers on the side of the device. You just keep turning. This is assuming that you have a full 0.3 ml ampoule ready for injection. You're going to open the device completely. Keep turning until you can't turn any longer. Now I'm done. So now that the pen is completely open, I can't turn anymore. I'm going to show you a little bit closer. There are lines here. This is a 0.3 ml pen, so you're going to notice a 30 being at the top when the pen was closed, and opening up the pen brings it all the way down to a 0. You will see 0, 0, and it goes up by 5s. You have little lines in between, then you have larger lines just like a ruler. So when the pen is completely open, it is at a 0, 0. This has many tiny little lines between the 0, 0 and the 3, 0. Each line up represents a 0.01 ml injection. Same for the ampoule. The ampoule has numbers and tiny lines, same thing. If you have a 0.3 ml ampoule, it's going to go from a 0, 0, first line being 0.5, from a 0, 0 to a 30. This is going to be a 0.3 ml ampoule that has 30 0.01 injections. So the ampoule has 30 little lines on it on a 0.3 ml. And if you have a 0.5 ml ampoule, it would have 50 lines. If I show you the 0.5 ml ampoule, close up on the 0, you see a 0, starts at 0 here and ends at a 0.5. That's because this is a 0.5 ml ampoule. So this, has tiny little lines right here. There's 50 of them. So each line represents a 0.01 ml injection. So I'm going to put this on the side. We're going to go back to the 0.3 ml. You can see here the numbers, 30, 00, all the way up to 30. And you will see the little lines here. There's 30 tiny lines, each line representing a 0.01 ml. So when this is completely open, it's ready for a full ampoule. You have it completely open, and now it's ready for the ampoule to be inserted into the device. So I have my ampoule ready. This is the plunger end, and this is the end with the hyaluronic acid inside of it. I'm going to take my device, which is completely opened. So opened means I can see a 00 down here. I'm going to place the plunger end into the device and twist it on. Now that the ampoule is in, it's ready for injection. You're going to prime the pen, which means you want to make sure that the pen is well adjusted and that the proper amount of filler is going to come out. So we cock the handle, we hear it click for the release of product. We go down now to the barrel, and you want to just twist one line up. When you twist counterclockwise, you will then begin to close the pen. One line on the pen is going to squirt one line down out of the ampoule. If you look closely, you can see that black, that's the end of the plunger, and that's what's going to be pushing the product down. So I adjusted the device pressure barrel. Turning it up one line will cause this plunger to go one line down when this product squirts out this end. That's all going to happen once I press the injection button. So now we're testing out the product, making sure that it's ready for injection. I've pulled the handle. I've adjusted my 0.01. I'm going to take a Kleenex and I'm going to press the injection button. Releases product and disperses it into the skin. So now it's ready. Inject. And you can see the little mark there on the Kleenex. That means the product's coming out and everything's working well. You can begin injecting. Now I'm going to discuss a little bit about the injection of the device. Depending on the area that you're treating, I never ever go more than 3 lines up, which is a 0.03 ml. I always, especially on a flat surface like a forehead or a temple area or an under eye area where it's very sensitive, keep with a 0.01 ml. Lips, 0.02 ml. Something deeper, a restoration, go with a 0.03 ml. So each time, whenever you decide which pressure you want to use, if you want to go with a 0.02, you have to turn 2 lines up. If you want to go with a 0.03 injection, then you're going to go 3 lines up. I like to work with 0.01 ml personally because it does not bulk product. You don't get lumps and bumps, and it also prevents bruising and swelling, and it's just a little bit gentler on the skin, making it less painful. Even though it is a tolerable device, you want it to be most comfortable. So the amount that you decide to use depends really on the area that's going to be treated, whether you're restoring or enhancing. If you want volume, anywhere I do on the face, never over a 0.03 ml, which is 3 lines on the device. Doing more than that, you're going to create damage to the skin. You can make larger punctures where the product is being dispersed, which will create more bleeding and longer healing time. It can also create lumps. Think of each 0.01 injection like a grain of rice. So if you're putting a 0.03 ml, then you're injecting 3 grains of rice within 1 shot of the trigger. You want to keep very gentle. Always consider the skin on the face to be very delicate. You want to go easy. The results are instant and immediate. You're better to underfill and add more in 2 weeks. And doing larger injections, you're going to create bruising, you're going to create swelling, you're going to create longer healing time. If I go one line up, 0.01 ml, when I pull the trigger and I inject, this plunger is going to move one line down. That's the device, that's how it functions, and that is what you need to know about Hyaluron Mesotherapy Pen Device.